Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Minecraft Floating Islands. It's FalcanX here, and since the last episode, I've been very busy decorating. First off, while editing the last episode, I noticed that this fence right here was 2 blocks tall, when it was only supposed to be 1 block tall, so I destroyed the topmost block and dropped the torch down 1. Also, over here, I noticed that this fence did not have a torch on top of it, so I went ahead and crafted some more torches and slapped it on top of this fence. Over here you might notice that there's a lot of trees here, and that's because I decided to plant the saplings that I collected from our mini tree farm over here to grow us a forest and make our island look a bit more natural. But because I grew this forest, I decided to remove our mini tree farm over there and leave some space in case we wanted to create some more houses for our villager friends. And as promised in the last episode, I did decorate our staircase. So, without further ado, let me show you some clips of our staircase. Alright, so now that I've updated you guys on what has happened since the last episode, it's time to get on to the main parts of our episode. Today, we are going to be building a wheat farm. That's right, it's finally time to grow ourselves some crops and to replace those wheat bales that I borrowed from the villagers earlier. So, without further ado, let's get started. Guys, are you seeing what I'm seeing right now? Before, we had Brian and Jordan, but now we have 4 iron golems. I did not expect to come up here and notice 2 more iron golems than what we had before. 4 iron golems. So, yeah. So we have Brian, we have Jordan, and I guess we're gonna name the other 2, maybe Michael and let's have a Bob. We have a Bob as one of these iron golems will be named Bob. We're gonna have to find ourselves some name tags to name these iron golems. Because, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty confused about who's who. Anyway, so, now that we've recognized our 4 iron golem guards, let's get back to what I initially came out here to do, which was say that this area, I think I'm going to be creating a little wheat farm here, just like a small plot of wheat for our villagers to help them feed themselves and so that we could replace the wheat that we borrowed earlier. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so now that we have finally made a space for us to create this wheat farm, I'm thinking that we need some way of connecting our farm to the main village path. So I'm thinking of making one of those mini staircases with 2 logs on either end and staircases in between. That looks pretty decent. So let's go ahead and craft ourselves some wooden staircases just over here. I did not mean to place that torch there. Let's craft some slabs just in case we need it, and let's go ahead and craft ourselves another set of staircases. And a few more slabs. There we go. Because I'm thinking of bordering our wheat farm with slabs. And just like that, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so now we got to start building the farm itself. I'm thinking of having a border region around the farm and maybe a 2-block walkway on either side as well. So let's go ahead and make a corner post right about here. And since I said we're going to keep a 2-block walkway on either side of this farm, let's make sure we leave 2 blocks on either edge. And let's go ahead and dig a trench. I do not think that it looks too shabby. So let's go ahead. Alright, that was scary. Alright, so let's go ahead and trim up the sides of this dirt here, just to make it look a bit nicer. And with this extra space that we've just created, let's go ahead and extend our farm by a single block. Alright, so let's go ahead and place the remaining 2 oak logs and light the area up by placing torches on all 4 corners of our plot. Alright, so now let's go ahead and craft ourselves a stone hoe so that we could make this land capable of planting seeds in. Alright, so you might be wondering why I have this water bucket. And that is because I'm going to be using it to fill in the areas between the oak logs we placed earlier. Just like so. So now we made an infinite water source and we can easily fill in the rest of the trenches we dug. I really like how the shaders made the water seem like it's constantly moving. It looks really nice. And that should be good. Let's go ahead and make sure everything is filled with water just for aesthetics sake. Alright, so now that we filled the trenches up with water, I want to use these oak slabs that we created earlier to cover the top of the water with. And let's make sure we fill up a water bucket just in case, because I think I'm going to be crafting some more farms later on. So let's go ahead and fill the area between the torches with an oak slab. And hopefully this is enough oak slabs, but we might be low. Yes, we need at least 2 more. So let's go ahead and craft ourselves some more oak slabs. And just like so, that is more than enough oak slabs. Alright, so now we made the border area of our wheat farm here. And I think that looks pretty good. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and... I think it'll look pretty good if we had wheat, but let's see what it looks like if we added another block of dirt in the center. Okay, that does not look good at all. So let's go ahead and just hoe the area between the oak slabs, just like so. And the water should help fertilize the soil and make it ready to be planted with seeds. Alright, a seedy place. We got an achievement. Let's go. Okay, so we need more seeds. I think I have more seeds in one of the chests in our house. But I'm not sure if it's enough. Okay, so we got 20 seeds and we have 3 potatoes. But I think I'm just going to have seeds in this particular farm here. Because I think that villagers can only use wheat to trade between themselves. And so that our village can grow. So let's go ahead and break these tall grass and grab ourselves some more seeds to be planted. Okay, there's not a lot of tall grass, which is kind of surprising. But, let's see. Probably should get some bone meal and help grow more tall grass. Make her kind of look even. Okay, here's a lot of tall grass. That's pretty nice. Alright, there we go. 4 seeds only. We definitely need a lot more than that. Let's go ahead and break all the tall grass we can see. Ooh, that's a lot of tall grass right there. Okay, seed, don't fall off the island, please. And 6 seeds, 7 seeds. Okay, let's place back that torch. And all the seeds are going to be gathered by yours truly. Okay, so we have 9 seeds. I think this might be enough. Let's go see real quick. Okay, so we only needed 5 seeds actually. Okay, so I collected more than enough. Oh, actually 7. But that looks pretty good. We'll see what it looks like once all of the seeds have grown up into full stalks of wheat. But for now, I think that looks pretty nice. I think I'm going to place a chest here, just so that we can store our seeds and the wheat we collect. Yeah. Let's see what items we have left from our build. We have a crafting table. So, let's go ahead and place it right about... I think I'm going to make the chest area right here. Maybe some kind of shelf. Let's try out some different styles. So, maybe a regular table. No, I kind of like the shelf idea. I kind of want 2 chests total. But let's go ahead and craft ourselves a chest or 2. And some more slabs. Just like that. Okay, so let's see here. Let's get a whole bunch more oak planks, because we'll definitely need more at some point in time. Okay, so if we put signs there, it should make the table look a bit more fancy. But do I really want a table? Like, I'm really leaning towards a shelf right now. So let's see if we use oak logs as the side of our shelf. Would that look nice? As you can tell, I am a little bit artsy, so I would like this to look really nice. And I think it looks a bit too blocky, too chunky. I don't really like how this looks. So let's go ahead and remove the signs and see if that makes it look any better. Again, I think the oak logs highlight this shelf a bit too much, make it stand out a bit too much for what I want. See if we add another chest on top, does that make any difference? It does not, so I don't think it's that great. Let's go ahead and maybe get ourselves some fences. Maybe we could replace the oak logs with some fences. Do we have any? Yes, we do have some oak fences left. We also have a whole bunch of oak slabs and staircases that I did not notice earlier. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and craft us some more oak fences though. Just in case, because I think I'm going to be building a few more farms, maybe little gardens for our villagers later on. And do we have another axe? Yes, we do. I've created quite a few spare tools, because when I go grinding for the materials for these episodes, it does require quite a bit of tools. And let's see how these fences look with an oak log base. Okay, so the fences do not attach to the oak slab. I don't like how that looks. It kind of makes it seem like the topmost shelf is just floating in midair. So let's see, maybe if I put an oak log there instead. Can I place this oak log? Why is it so difficult? Oh, there we go. What does it look like if we just replace the middle block with fence? That's a bit better. but now it kind of looks like a square. Don't really like how it looks like a square. So let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and... well, it's not bad. But I think I could make it better. Maybe with some oak stairs replacing the oak logs. Or maybe these oak stairs replacing the oak slabs there. Does that make any difference? We have it like a fence right there. Now it seems like it's gonna block the bottommost chest. I don't really like how that looks either. So let's go ahead and break these. And try my other idea of having the oak staircase replace the oak logs. I think that'll make it look a bit thinner and more like a shelf. An outdoorsy shelf. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how that looks. I kind of like it. It kind of looks like it's a very thin attachment. It's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and do the same to the other side as well. Go, and how does this look like? I really like that. I really like how the topmost shelf looks. So let's go ahead and copy that with the bottom shelf and get a kind of theme on. Yeah, I really like that a lot. I really like how it's not very distracting, but aesthetically pleasing at the same time. So let's go ahead and craft yourself another chest to make the topmost chest a full-on double chest. And let's see if I can place it by jumping. Yes, I did. Fantastic. Alright, so I'm going to... let's put a crafting bench, right down there, just in case we need to use it in the future, so we don't have to always run into our house. How does that look like? Okay, so I think it's a bit too distracting just to have only one crafting bench there. So let's go ahead and make the entire bottom of the shelf crafting benches. I think that'll look really nice. So let's go ahead and break these dirt blocks and replace it with crafting benches. Just like so. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Alright, so now let's go ahead and label these chests. Let's label the bottom seeds. Yeah, let's label it seeds. Okay, let's make it on the second row. Seeds. Alright, and now let's make the top one. Well, since we're doing a wheat farm, let's go ahead and name it wheat. Just like that. Fantastic. Okay, so now I think we're missing... I think it looks pretty good. Now we're missing some torches just to light the place up. Let's see what it looks like if we place the torches on top on both sides of the chest here. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad, but I think it's a bit too blocky. So let's go ahead and put it on the sides of the staircase right here. And I think this will make it look a lot better. Yeah, kind of like that a lot better. Okay, so that looks pretty good, and it seems like our villager friends here are already enjoying our little farm. So that's fantastic. Alright, so let's go ahead and... oh, there seems to be a blockage right here. Alright everyone, so now that we have created a wheat farm for our villager friends, it's about time to remove this crop plot right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove the water and harvest the already fully grown crops. I'm thinking that I'm probably going to use the bones and the bone meal that I have to help speed these crops along and harvest as much of them as possible. So let's just go ahead and use the bone meal to fertilize these crops and speed up their growth. So there should be a ton of potatoes for us if we want to create some more farms for our villagers later with these potatoes. Okay, so I seem to have run out of bone meal. And, ooh, this... oh, I think I know what this is. I think if we use our seeds here and fill up this container, it should give us dirt? No, bone meal. Okay, so we got a little bit of bone meal here from this box. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to use this to grow this potato, and let's go ahead and remove all the dirt these crops have already grown up. Alright, now let's take this barrel thing as well. Okay, so it seems like there's still quite a bit of crops left, so I guess I'm just going to go ahead and provide them with water, let them grow to their max before fully removing this crop plot. Alright, so let's go back up to the village. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Minecraft Floating Islands. It's FalcanX here, and if you liked any part of this episode, please leave a like button and subscribe if you want to watch more. Also, down in the comments down below, please put what you liked best so that I can know what to include more of in future episodes. Until next time, I'll see all of you later.